guys, it's the Pokemon Are Cool here, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the shows I'm actually working on because I won't be just be making movies on YouTube. I'm also going to be working on shows, and this one is the very first one, which is called Woodheart Forest. Which pretty much is I wouldn't say it's like Myths for Scripted. Is a little bit of the same genre, which is horror fantasy. Although this doesn't take place in a like on Earth in some sort of like I wouldn't say apocalyptic, but like more like a when the world has changed. It takes place during the Middle Ages in a place called Woodheart Forest. Anyway, so the show stars a okay. Anyway, though, so every single one of the characters fights witches, wizards, and warlocks that lurk in like the darkest part of the forest. And the main character of the show is named Seymour, which has a little sister named Chloe. Anyway, so but also okay. Don't know where it must be much of a spoiler, but then he meets up with a girl like in the Woodheart Forest, and like the light part about it, which her name is Maddie. Anyway, okay, so pretty much Seymour, like everyone else, has like elemental weapons that they got from a very special armory. Now, here's the thing. They do not possess this element. They just chose what sort of elemental weapon they choose. And since it's the Middle Ages, there's only swords, knives, bow and arrows, axes. You get the idea. Anyway, also in the show, like in Myths for Scripted, there are different, like, races of, like, I wouldn't say creatures, but like different like races, like okay, so which they are. My bad, sorry about that. Which are humans, which is the main one, vampires, werewolves, fairies, mermaids, fauns, sprites, and well, that was pretty much it. Sorry about that. Okay, right. But also there's another race when there are other races, but except for these live, like I said before, like in deepest part of the forest, which is forbidden to enter because it's way too dangerous. Which those which those races are witches, wizards, and warlocks. There are also ghosts lurking in the forest, but they won't really have like too much harm in the characters. You can just like probably like you just need to leave them alone. It's kind of like what we have in a Wolfson Island, pretty much. Like there's this one race of when there's I wouldn't say sorry about there's this one group of saber-tooths with saber-tooth tigers, which they're like those I wouldn't say like villains. They're like in between. Like you don't attack them, they won't attack you. Pretty much like you just like leave them alone, like or you just don't attack them. Anyway, okay. So, okay. Now there's a thing with Maddie. Okay, you see, Seymour pretty much falls in love with her, but also here's another thing, and I kind of missed out on like his friends. I'll explain a little later in this video. Anyway, so he falls in love with Maddie when he was okay. Pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna explain this, but let's just say he finds her in the well, like I said before, he finds her in like the lightest part of the forest, which is the entrance. Anyway, so okay. Now, this character has a little sister and he has a love interest, but also he has a best friend who is a girl, which they have been best friends ever since they were like 5 years old. Which anyway, so her name is Isabel, and pretty much like Maddie, with like Chloe and Maddie, he like cares for those three. I mean, yeah, for all three of them. But here and well, let's just put this into like scenario. Let's just say let's just what am I trying to say here? Sorry about that. Okay. What I'm trying to say is like if this ever happens, which I don't know if I've ever put in the series, but if well, let's just say if Chloe, Maddie, and Isabel ever like something bad happens. Sorry, excuse me. If like if all three of them get like into trouble or like something bad happens to them, Seymour will do like anything to like protect them or like try to save them, especially his little sister, because obviously family is important. Anyway, okay. So other characters, like I said with the other races in the show, there's a okay, but after okay, anyway, so after Isabel, because well, here's the thing, he hasn't seen her like in a couple of years, so pretty much he makes another friend, which is a vampire named Gray. Now here's the thing with Gray, like Seymour, Gray is in love with Seymour's sister. Anyway, okay. And then he has other friends. Anyway, so but also Gray has a little sister who is Chloe, which I believe probably like Chloe's like best friend, probably, which her name is Alice, which obviously she's a vampire. Okay, anyway, so okay, then okay, but he also okay, Seymour has another friend named Merrick, who is a werewolf. He also has another friend named Vivian. I keep forgetting the other characters' names. I'll probably remember them. But I remember one of them's name was like probably like Willa, probably. I don't know anyway. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll probably make another video explaining like I mean if I do make a video like talking about each and every one of the characters like like individually, I'll probably like remember the other names, or maybe I do have a list like written down or like typed up. Anyway, so I have a list like typed up. So I'll probably memorize the character list. Yes, I am so sorry about that. This is so embarrassing. Okay, anyway, okay. Now, like I said before, the show, like Myths for Script, is a horror fantasy. But here's the thing: there also is some calming moments in there. I mean, it's not like it's not as terrifying as Myths versus Cryptids. It is pretty much I mean it is scary, but pretty much the only like scary are things are the witches, wizards, and warlocks. Not to mention the darkest part of the forest can look pretty terrifying. Like it's really terrifying. I mean it's really like scary looking pretty much. I mean there's probably like thorns, vines, probably like rotting trees and stuff like that. I don't know, and plus some of it can be like pitch black. So if anyone's afraid of the dark, You shouldn't. I don't know if you probably watch the show, unless if you want to get scared. I mean, it's not as scary as Myths or Scripted. So that one, which is going to be a movie, is going to be pretty terrifying. But Myths or Scripted, it'll be kind of terrifying. Like it's sort of like a medium, Where am I going with this? Sorry. I mean, okay, it's kind of like a medium, like it's in the medium. What am I trying to say? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about this, guys. Okay, uh, okay. It's on a medium rating when it comes to scariness. What? Sorry. Okay, let's just say that it's not as okay. Let's just stick with it's not as scary as Myths or Scripted, but it is scary. It's not terrifying. It's scary. There we go. Okay, so I'm just saying this off script. I'm sorry about that. Oy, okay. Okay, so that was the info for Woodheart Forest. Next show, okay, here's the thing. The next show I'll be talking about is one that I'm planning on remaking, which is Wolves on an Island. I'm planning on making that like way better than it was before. And like I said in a video I made like probably it was like a couple of months ago or last year, that that was a hassle. Like I mean I've been just finding pictures like of wolves and all that. That was a hassle to deal with, so I'm gonna probably try to make it like better, like try to do like animation or animation probably. Anyway, so please subscribe, comment, rate, and bye.